On today's episode of Watch Aero, the SAAB brakes. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Aero, and today I'm here with Jake, and all we were doing is running the 9.5 over to Zach's because he's got a rubber wheel and we needed to take the badge adhesive off. And then we're just going down the road, waiting for a little bit of heat, and I adjusted the climate control and the engine died. So here we are on the side of the road, and it doesn't want to restart. On. Everything seems to do exactly what it should. Okay, well, before it wouldn't even do that. Please idle. Do you think we should just take it home, or should we try to go to Zach's? It only restarted for the video. It would not restart for like the last 5 minutes.
I think we should go get a second car.
We're back on the road. It's running. Since we're out here bombing down a country road in the middle of the night, night mode. We made it. Do you think it'll restart? We're shutting it down anyway. We're gonna get some work knocked out here. So we showed up at Zach's and he had this Harbor Freight beast ready to go with a rubber wheel. So we're gonna take the rubber wheel and try to knock out this Broncos logo that has the adhesive left and the Aero letters because they all fell off earlier. And we have brand new Aero badges. So let's get to it. Well, there's like a permanent Broncos logo where they paint kind of discolored from the sun, but that looks a lot better. Thanks, Zach. Have the rubber wheel on tap. I need to buy one of those, that's the thing.
Well, you can buy me one too. Just Amazon. They're like two for the same price.
It's time to replace this key battery because it doesn't work until I'm like right beside the car. So I already did this, little shortcut here, but what you have to do to replace the key battery is there's a little pinhole right here on the key, and you take like something super strong, put it straight in there, push in and pry. Because what you're trying to do here, this is kind of the thing that the tutorials don't cover, is depress this. And it is no joke. I mean, it's pretty hard to do. So you're gonna have to push really hard, don't break it, but push hard. And then you basically pry like that and it'll come up. Then we can go replace this CR1632, which is obviously not on hand anywhere. We just made it to Walgreens, and of course the car died again, got out, and I put my finger on the Schrader valve on the fuel rail because it's completely open, and guess what? I did not get sprayed in the face. Even though it points directly at my eyes, it just kind of dribbled out around my finger, which means we've got a fuel pressure issue. And while we were trying to make our big pull for the night mode, we were having issues with that. All right, Walgreens, don't let us down. 1632.
Oh, cool.
There we go. The snow is coming down pretty hard.
Stiff old breeze.
Oh, key doesn't really work any better. I'm right beside it. The SAAB made it home. No more issues on the way home. Didn't die or anything crazy, so that's always good. Anyway, now we have this gigantic box that you guys saw in the last video while we were cleaning up the SAAB. So many parts, and I'm so excited about it. And all these just showed up thanks to Tyler, who had already ordered them. We've got oil filters. We have the metal diverter valve here that hadn't been installed yet. Ah, yes, much nicer. So we're gonna get that in place today. We're going to get this in place today.
Medium.
Huge shout out to SAAB Parts for sending all kinds of swag. We're gonna cover up the shop watchcargo.com shirt right there with this official SAAB shirt. Check this out. Doug DeMuro it on up. Once again, huge shout out to Matt at SAAB Parts. He called me, hooked me up with all the tech support, sent over all these parts, and today we're gonna start installing them. I mean, he answered all the questions you guys wanted. Look, GM original ignition cassette. Let's open this up because it's like one of the most important things to drivability with this car. The old cassette, as some of the comments recognized, is a PP Parts Sweden one. and apparently that's the worst one you could possibly have in the car. So now we're going to install the SAAB one. Oh, I brought paint. I was planning on painting this. I was gonna go sandblast the top because I thought this was a separate piece on the PP parts one, and I brought over exhaust paint, but it's like factory coated with like wrinkle powder coat. That is awesome. Still have to paint these wiper arms. Speaking of wiper arms, look what else we've got in here. We have GM, genuine GM wiper blades. I think I've seen these in the dealership, but I didn't know anyone had them. That's a new thing for me. I still don't know what this is. Oh, this is the SAAB original ice scraper, which is super interesting. Oh, it's a parking timer or something, isn't it? I don't know. I'm confused, but unbelievably cool. I'll have to look into exactly what this ice scraper does because it's loaded with features. Trunk struts, hood struts, most important part for today because I can't wait to work under the hood and have it hold itself up. We don't have to get the vice grips out. Oil pan gasket maker because we're going to drop the pan and get the sludge out of that screen. Fuel filter, which might solve today's problem. There's new copper crush washers. What are these? What are those? These are just boxes and I'm not quite sure what they are. Oh wow, we have a lot of stuff in here. Are these the subframe bushings? Is this a complete subframe bushing kit? Miscellaneous body, throttle body O-rings, front crank seal kit, only do if leaking around front crank pulley. I hope it's not, but that's cool. I don't know what, oh, this is the jalousie, which is the accordion that covers the shifter. Bosch oil filters forever. And this is great because I'd like to change the oil twice. Anyway, let's stop unboxing and get to putting parts on this car. Oh yeah, and Motul 8100 X-Clean EFE, the exact oil that the SAAB wants. It's even DexOS2 compatible. So this is gonna be one very, very nice oil change. Before we really dig into actually putting the parts on this car, let's do the most important part here. We're gonna at least level this with that line in the window. Make sure it's nice and pretty. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. It's time to do the fun part. This thing's heavy.
Yep.
You got it, Jake?
Sure do.
Okay. Yeah, they're trash. I'll get this first one on as fast as I can so that you're not stuck over there. Ooh, saucy new Stabilis struts. The good kind. So, here is the bottom. And up. And... is it better already? It's a little better.
It's quite a bit.
And... woo!
As if by magic.
I'm not entirely sure how I've changed hood and trunk struts on every car I've owned for like the last consecutive year. Here is what we came up with to install these. It's tricky. They have an insane amount of force. These are actually the worn out ones. You can hear all the noise they make and it's pretty funny. I'll give you a quick demo here of all my weight. Okay, so that is a bad one and it's still very, very good. Tons of lifting capacity. These ones, I had all my weight on it and I can't compress them at all. So what we came up with here is we take the trunk. This one will probably hold the trunk, which is what's funny. And then we put this right here on that nut. And then we use the trunk to compress this. And then I will hold this and it takes a second to rebound. And Jake will open the trunk real fast while I hold this and then we'll snap it on. Be careful, things could pop. This is totally not the way to do it. It kind of looks like SAAB had a tool, like a pin that inserts in here with a lever and they like push down and they had a complete factory setup that made this very, very easy. We don't have that. Okay, go ahead. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, you ready? Yep, go. It's like, it's an 8-second ride like you're wrestling a bull. You got.
We're not gonna be able to close this trunk.
Oh yeah, this trunk is now invincible. So now we're gonna take our little collar pin here, slide it back up into its hole, and lock it in. 100% Jake wants to do some wrenching. So, you know, subscribe to his channel.
I gotta try and figure out how to do this because I haven't been around in this car before. 4 bolts. That is very, very warm. Almost like we've been driving the car or something.
I'll deal with the heat since I have gloves. Oh, these are not the right plugs. Here's a new one. These are the, of course, pre-gapped Injicate BCPR 70S. And these are the BCPR 6E-GP. The NGK box says tighten by hand and a half turn. That looks about like a half turn. Pop. I got you good.
Filed under things we don't joke about.
No. That's true, it's never funny. Now, if we just had that fuel filter, the main issues would be resolved other than us dropping the pan and cleaning out that filter. I went ahead and pulled this hose clamp, and I've got this hose clamp held with my channel locks here. So it's time to upgrade our diverter valve from this plastic one that does not work in any way to still tastes like gasoline. This is our metal Craftwork turbo diverter valve. Crank this clamp open. Get it back onto the hose here. There we go. Now it all fits. All right. And then this will complete our puzzle. New diverter valve installed. And it only takes a couple seconds if you do it in that order. This one, however, Colby. Sorry, that was meant to be a Colby. Cool, what's next? Check for fuel pressure. It works now. Where'd the fuel pressure come from? Remember how earlier I said it didn't spray me in the face? That time it clearly got me. The fuel filter is right here under the passenger rear door. As you can see, I soaked it with knocker loose. I've got a 3/4 here because we couldn't find the 19, and then we've got a 18 on the other side of the fuel filter. It's connected with banjo bolts, and we're just gonna crack those, drain it down into that pan right there, and then install our new one. And our new one comes with new crush washers to put on each side of that banjo bolt to make sure everything is good to go. I've got the fuel filter loose, and all that's left is this one banjo bolt back here. And we're gonna pop that off right now. There we go. There's the old fuel filter. Keep draining out all the fuel here. And here goes our new one, which will be 1,000 times nicer. Don't forget to replace your crush washers on the banjo bolts. Keep those things clean because you don't want to put a bunch of dirt in your fuel system. And we're gonna go ahead and put this banjo bolt back in its fitting. Okay, and then we can slide on our other crush washer and start reinstalling the filter. Okay, new fuel filter installed. Old fuel filter. Ooh, gasoline everywhere. Not nearly as nice as the new one. So it's time for our first start. Jake, you wanna do the honors?
Sure will.
Try it 3 times.
Yeah.
Jake wants to hear the new noises with the diverter valve in there. Oh, it's so cool. That diverter valve also has the blue spring in it, which I assume is the lightest one. We also have a yellow and a red. I assume like blue or green is super light, yellow is like a medium spring, and red is tougher, but there's not any instructions and we don't know what weights those springs are, so we're gonna run the light one. Any leaks? You see anything on the floor?
There's no enormous puddle yet.
Nope. I don't see a thing.
Sweet.
All right, those crush washers did their jobs. Okay, time to get out of here. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. I had to get this hose that runs from the bottom of that PCV box where you replaced the PCV6 update in that last one. And of course, this hose was stuck on the oil pan, so we had to take the razor blade, cut it, and then pop that off. So now, that hose is new. It was really gummy and junk. Matt noticed that I was missing some of the plastic rivets in the trunk, and we have replacement plastic rivets. Look at that. This thing won't be falling down on me, and it'll actually look a lot better too. We're just moving right along. Let's do, might as well do this SAAB badge here. We have OEM SAAB badges. There's the new emblem right there for the trunk. An OEM Aero badge, and of course the other ones were failing while we were washing the car earlier. And now we've got this prepped with alcohol. And for this, I put a glove here to protect the paint, and I'm going through the double-sided tape. Nothing else, not touching anything else on the car. So we're not gonna tear anything up here, just letting the double-sided tape kind of slowly pull away. Now, just gonna work around for the second time. There we go. I definitely jacked up the old badge a little bit, but I'll get all this adhesive off here real quick. A little bit of adhesive remover, and we got all the old badge and adhesive nonsense off of there. Here is the new one with brand new double-sided tape. and it has alignment pins, so it's like the easiest thing in the world to change. Look at that. I'm gonna give it a nice hard push all the way around to try to set this 3M double-sided tape. Okay, so up next here, we have the Aero badge. So on the Aero badge, pull the backer off carefully. Line everything up with the old marks on the paint from the factory. We're gonna make sure this gets down there. Being prepped really well with alcohol, everything stays. That is awesome. Well, we just pulled the wiper off, and what on earth? No wonders these don't work at all. These are junk. So the GM ones have the spoiler, and the spoiler goes down and on the driver's side. Well, no click, but it seems like that blade is installed. There it is. Oops. Well, there goes our old one. And here goes our new one. And new wiper blades are installed. So, we still got a lot done. We got a fuel filter done, new DI cassette, new wiper blades, new badging, that PCV hose, a new diverter valve, a lot of stuff. Colby! Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Don't forget to head over to shop.watchjergo.com and pick up some merch. You can't get this shirt, but you can get this shirt. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. It is testing time.
It is also 3 a.m.
Yeah, it is. Definitely 2:56 in the morning. But hey, we got a lot done. Oh, the improvement is marked. That's insane. So we'll get on it one quick time here. That thing feels great. It was stumbling so hard earlier when I tried to like get on it for the first time, and I was only maybe half, 3/4 throttle earlier, and it was just, I mean, nothing was happening. And this time I'm like less than half throttle, and it feels amazing. So I think we've made a massive improvement. It's turbo time.
All right.
Cool.